Okay. All right, y'all. All right. I was going ahead and sending it back out. We should be good now. Like I say, it's just been weird things happening all week long leading up to like my birthday. And it's been one of those weeks where, you know, I kind of knew entering into this week, that it's like the Holy Spirit showed me that this was going to be a week of testing. And I'm just going to be real. It has just been odd things happening all week long since the very beginning of the week, from being ill or, not feeling so well to just little random things, and little triggers to try to make me feel as if I'm in the old season. It's been very, very strange. But today was one of those days where I really just was not feeling well. I rested. I broadcasted this morning because I knew I had to. And I knew I had to get the phone turned back on. And that took a lot of my energy. And so the second half of the day, I just really rested. I could not do anything. My head was hurting, stopped up, you name it. And I could not breathe. I'm just being transparent. I literally could not breathe. I knew my asthma was acting up. And so God had me reach out to my cousin. Hey, Miss Jennifer. He had me reach out to my cousin. And she used to be my physician when she had her clinic. And he asked me to, pretty much ask her, like, can you call me in some asthma medicine? And so she did. She called me in some asthma. I literally could not breathe today, y'all. I was making do. But it's just like literally I just felt like I'm about to have an asthma attack. And I don't have the money to get it. I don't know how I'm going to get an asthma pump. But I know I need one, God. And so about an hour ago, I'll say, yeah, maybe about 50 minutes ago, I was kind of laying down. I mean, y'all see me layered up. Now, I haven't been working out or anything like that. Like, when I say I have not felt well, like, I'm, like, fully clothed, laying down on, like, the sofa. Like, that's how ill I was feeling. But maybe about 50 minutes ago, I started to have, like, an asthma attack. I'm not sure if you guys are familiar with asthma. I have not had one in a while. But I started to have an asthma attack. I was waiting for my cousin to call in my medicine. And lo and behold, 10 minutes before the pharmacy closes, she calls it in. Like, I was literally contemplating, am I going to have to go to the emergency room, God? Because I, for real, can't breathe at this moment. I'm like, I can't. I'm out of my asthma medicine that I had stashed at the house. I can't breathe. I'm not joking. I thought I was going to have to go to the emergency room. And so 10 minutes, passes. The pharmacy lady is like, well, we close in 10 minutes. I'm like, listen, lady, I live right down the road. I will be there. I literally, pulled up at the pharmacy at like 10. I had no money in my account. None. And my friend God told me to ask one of my friends. And so I asked her, and this woman is a single mom, got 2 kids. Gave me her last $20 so that I could get my asthma pump. And I literally got there right in the nick of time. And so as I was, coming back home, I immediately took my asthma pump, immediately could breathe again. I kid y'all not. The moment I took a puff out of it, I had to stop what I was doing and take a puff. I immediately could breathe again. I'm telling y'all, I immediately could breathe again. But on the way home, I was just kind of reflecting, and when you're having to move like that and rush, it makes your nerves feel on edge. But I was just thinking about every single thing that like I've been going through this week, the delays, the phone getting cut off. I'm like, I wasn't even but like 3 days late, and they suspended, they cut my phone off. It's just been weird stuff happening, but I was just reflecting on it all. And one thing that I heard God telling me, I wasn't going to broadcast again today, but he kept me all day. I could not breathe all day, and it got literally the worst tonight as I was just trying to lay down. And, I layered up because I'm like, Lord, I want to just sweat whatever this is out of me. I want to sweat it out. But I was literally like, the wheezing was just literally becoming more and more and more and more and more, to the point where I thought I was going to have to go to the emergency room. But as I was coming back home, I heard God say this. He said, even with the enemy on your back, I still come through right on time. I know I'm stopped up. Y'all gonna have to deal with it. He said, even with the devil on your back, the way that he's been on your back this week. Yeah. I'm still a God that comes through right on time. And some of y'all feel like the devil been on your back. It's been little things happening, little subtle things. And a lot of times when little subtle things happen, we don't even look at the little things as warfare. But you know how many people know those little things start to add up, and it will start to weigh you down if you let it weigh you down. It'll start to weigh you down. But God wanted me to give this reminder to some of y'all, like, listen, even with the enemy on your back, he is still a God that comes through right on time. Y'all, I have been like sick. I have not been joking about that. It almost makes me emotional because I have not felt well. But I have been pushing, broadcasting, and still, struggling just to go without little things that I actually need. But I still been pushing. And literally at a moment where I'm thinking, man, Lord, I'm about to have to go to the hospital because I literally cannot breathe. I can't sleep. Like, I'm literally praying like, God, please don't let me have no asthma attack while I'm sleeping. Don't let me die from this now. Because that is a thing. I literally had to pray that. And right when I thought, like, man, I'm just not going to get no sleep today. Afraid to go to sleep because I don't want to stop breathing in my sleep because of asthma. And right at the moment where I thought, I'm finna have to stay up all night, God came through. Again, I do not know who needs to hear this, but even with the devil on your back, God still reigns. Yeah. Even with the devil on your back, God still reigns. Even with him on your back, he's still in control. God is still in control. This is for somebody. Even when you feel like your back is up against the wall, God can never be boxed in. So to the person that needs to hear this, whatever the enemy has been doing, please understand that it does not negate the Lord's faithfulness. It does not negate the Lord's faithfulness. You can use these moments, of the enemy attacking you, and you can complain about it. I had many moments today where I just felt like I'm on the verge of complaining because I'm tired of the devil messing with me, God. I don't feel good. I'm still broadcasting. I woke up this morning, my phone off. I had to toil just to get it paid for. I'm being so transparent. I'm like, Lord, I got one account in the negative. My other funds are tied up that I have made from selling t-shirts. So I'm waiting on a card to come in. I'm like, Lord, had I known this, I wouldn't even got this card. So I'm literally like with no money. No gas in my car. I got 20 miles in my tank. 20 miles. I wasn't even concerned about gas headed to the pharmacy. But it's like today I had like so many things that like I could just look at and complain about. But you want to know what I told God this morning? I said, Lord, no matter what the devil is doing, I know I'm not in that whole season. No matter how frustrated I am at what the devil is doing, God, you've still been too good to me, too faithful to me. So the point that I'm making is that instead of me complaining today, I found a reason to be grateful. I found a way to acknowledge God's faithfulness, even in the confines of this season. And sometimes you got to do that. When you going through it, you got to remind yourself that how you feel is lying to you about God's faithfulness. Because a lot of times how we be feeling, trying to tell us like, that God isn't faithful. It makes us want to play the woe is me card. But I realized this morning, I'm like, God, even though I feel the way that I feel, I'm still blessed. You still a good God. I'm not mad at you, God. And I just let that be it. And I think, too, my frustration was, because all day I'm like, God, don't you see I don't feel well? Like, don't you see? I can't breathe. But I'm still pushing. I'm still doing the things you need me to do. But like that was like my mindset, like, God, don't you see? And right when I thought that God just was going to let me just struggle throughout this night, he came through. And I kid y'all not, when I made it back to that car from the pharmacy, I checked out at 8:01. When I made it back to my car and took my little puff of my inhaler, I immediately could breathe again. I'm still stopped up, but I could breathe. And that was the revelation that God gave me. Today has been one of those days. Yeah. I ain't gonna sugarcoat it. It's been one of those days, but here's the thing. God still moved right on time. I may have been rushing to that pharmacy. I may have been, rushing, right, to try to figure out where am I going to get the money from for this inhaler, God, because I can't go tonight without it. He still came through right on time. So you let this be your encouragement. I still don't feel well, but I know that God wanted me to get on here to tell y'all this. Even with the enemy doing what the enemy does best, God is still faithful, and he's still going to come through right on time. Just because the enemy is fighting you, right? Just because your emotions are all over the place. Come on. Come on. Come on, Miss Allen. And sometimes you got to do that. Sometimes you got to do that. I was angry this morning. I was frustrated. Talking about my back was up again. I'm with you. I was in that same place today. I didn't even broadcast on TikTok tonight. That's how you know I ain't feel good. People was messaging me like, are you okay? Just checking on you. I'm like, no, I don't feel well. I'm taking a break. But sometimes you got to learn that even in the mix of what you're going through, the devil wants you to be mad at God. I don't know who this is for. He wants you to be mad at God. The enemy wants you to feel some kind of way. He wants you to complain. He wants you to let your frustration get the best of you. But one thing that I've learned is that when you start praising God instead of doing what the enemy wants you to do, it confuses him. It's like we forget that the devil knows that he's getting on our nerves. When he do all this little stuff, he knows. Let's be real about it. He's not unaware that he's poking. Listen, he be pressing all the buttons he can press. He's not oblivious to that. And so neither should we be. Yeah. And that's just real, y'all. So to the person that needed to hear this, man, God is going to come through for you right on time. I could have complained, God, how am I sick on my birthday week? How I don't feel good, God. God, how am I gaining weight and I haven't been eating? Are you for real? I kid y'all not. It's been weird stuff. Weird stuff. And that's it, y'all. That's it. I can't add nothing else to this. I can't take away anything from it. I absolutely cannot. But I do know that God was very adamant on me coming on here, even in knowing how I feel physically, to tell somebody that even with the enemy on your back, he is still going to move in your life right on time. He ain't going to be late, and he not going to be early. He is going to do it right on time. Can I just get some of y'all to just tell God thank you? Can I just get some of y'all to just tell God thank you? Because he's too faithful. I have not been working out. It's Sunday. My birthday is Sunday. I appreciate that. I knew this week was going to be one of those weeks. I'm like, Lord, I'm turning 33. It's my Jesus year. The devil finna try something this week. And sure enough, he has been. But listen, y'all. Some of y'all need to sow seed into this word. Because it was right on time. And it was exactly what you needed to hear. My only goal right now is, I need to pay back this young lady. My friend she literally gave me her last $20. I will never get tested for that because I will never have that. I will never get tested for that because I will never have that in Jesus' name. And that's not what I have. That ain't ever I'll receive that. That ain't ever what I'll have. And that's just how I stand on that. It ain't that. So I'm just going to let that be it. But my main goal right now, I know I need gas. I do know I need gas, but I need to pay this young lady back that gave me her last $20. She got 2 kids. She got to get them to school in the morning. But she was so selfless and, giving me her last $20. And I think I have $4 left over from what I used to get my medicine. So my goal is just to pay her back. Right now, what I need to pay her back is $16. And that's just so that she can do what she needs to do. But she blessed me. She didn't have to. She didn't have to give me her last. But she did it. And she did it without hesitation. And so that's it. That's my only goal. God was faithful in giving me exactly what I needed. And I'm just grateful. I'm grateful that I didn't have to go this entire night with, dealing with asthma. I'm so grateful. And so that is it, y'all. That is it. I can't tell you what to sow. I can only tell you what my goal is, what my need is. Right now, I need to pay that young lady back so she can get her kids to school. That is what my goal is on tonight, to give her back what she so freely. She didn't flinch. Didn't flinch. She said, T, all I got is $20. That's all I got is $20. She gave it to me. And so that's it, y'all. That's what God gave me. I pray that it encourages y'all. And so until next time, y'all, I will be back on at some point on tomorrow. That's it, though. Till next time. Peace.